What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all, girl? All right, let's just get into it, okay? So we back again for another episode review of Sisters. All right, this season 5, episode 8, Push to the Limit. Baby, the only really good thing that was good about this episode was Danny's story, okay? Bitch, Tyler got tired of me talking shit and said, bitch, you gonna fucking stay your ass right here for a minute. I said, oh, the fuck, okay, god damn. Anyway, we'll talk about her in a second, but let's just get the insignificance out the way. Um, Cause truth be told, I can give y'all this in 5 minutes. I can give y'all this in 5 minutes, but I'm not gonna do that to y'all. Andy and Gary, over it, over it, as we already are. It's one thing to have a character or to have characters that's supposed to do this back and forth with each other, but that's one thing. But to make it so that both of them are annoying as hell, and they're supposed to be, I feel like Andy was supposed to be like the main character. You know, she was supposed to be the main character of the season, or I should say the series, right? And so, because we were focused a lot on her love life and this whole situation that she got going on with Gary, but it's come to the point that we're sick and tired of it, okay? Because now you have it so that both Gary is abusive, controlling, irritating, manipulative, narcissistic, egotistical, all of the istics. He's that at this moment. And Andy is just gullible, naive, stupid sometimes. And it makes me mad, a lot of us upset that she is like this because you have her portrayed as a lawyer. And I guess on this front, I mean, Tyler is showing us, I guess, you know, that just because a person can be a lawyer, can be a doctor, can be this, and can be a teacher and all this stuff, doesn't mean that, you know, exempts them from being dumb for love, you know what I'm saying, or making stupid choices, you know, and it don't take that humanistic part away from them, I guess. And I guess that's what he trying to show with Andy, that regardless of what's going on, you know, with her profession does not equal her personal life, okay? We may be smart and good up in our professional life, but in our personal life, we're dumb as hell. And that's exactly what it is with Andy. I don't know what game she's playing with Gary. I can kind of see that, you know, she gonna stick around because this whole situation with Gary trying to get the company or trying to get Robin out the company or whatever, mind you, what's her name? Andy done found them papers. Gonna get them papers. Them papers. Y'all remember when Usher brought that song out? Baby. Let me tell y'all something, okay? For the youngest that don't know, back in the day, when Usher first came out, Usher was that nigga. I mean, after the first CD. Even though I liked the first CD, he was just too young, talking about too way mature stuff. But when My Way 8701, oh my, can you help me? Cause you're all I got. That was my motherfucking song. Like, he was, ooh. That was back then when R&B niggas actually fucking cried, and you can tell on the record that they got down on their knees and they was begging you, please, bitch. Okay, he was a last of the dying breed, baby. Okay, he was in the class of his own. You got 8701, and then you got Confessions. All right, baby. After Confessions, after he done broke up with Chili, or I should say Chili broke up with him, and then he tried to put out what was the one? Here I Am, or whatever the fuck it was, you know, what's that song on there? Bitch, whatever the fuck it was, I know, it had Love You Gently and Trading Places. Them two, my songs, okay? Love you gently, let me love you gently. Bitch, let me love you gently. God damn. You know, I just got in my feelings real quick. But anyway, That was around the time when he was with his wife, his first wife, that his mama didn't like, okay? And that was when his mama and him fell out and she stopped being his momager, okay? And that's when his life went to shit for a minute. Y'all, we love Usher now, or at least y'all love him now. I always loved him, but there was a time where the people was just not really here for him after he got married to Tamika Foster. And did that whole situation, and then when they finally was about to get divorced after she went over there, she went overseas. I think she went to South America or whatever to get her body done, and he was not here for that. And I think she almost died over there too because of it. Baby, he said, bitch, we finna sign these papers. Petty ass put a goddamn song out, said, gonna sign these papers. These papers. I said, you's a messy bitch. I gotta like it, but you messy. You know, it was a time. It was a time. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Andy found them papers last week. Andy still had that man up in her bed. And I mean, that motherfucker was just laying up in the bed like it was his. Okay? I mean, granted, you did bad. But at the same time, it's still hers. It's still hers. She said, listen, Andy then woke up, put her face on, washed her ass, okay? Put her dress on. The only thing Andy didn't do is get her hair redone. When Andy gonna get them twists redone, okay? Andy, they had them things in there forever, girl. I'm looking at the roots, bitch. I said it's time to get it touched up. You know, it takes one to know one. It's time to get it touched up. Okay, like we both got to make an appointment. Your friend is Karen. Y'all remember that one time Andy went to the shop to get her hair done by Karen, and it was like, what did Karen do? Karen switched her braids from this side to that side. Karen ain't do shit. I said, baby, ain't there water, ain't there comb, ain't there brush, ain't there conditioner, shampoo, or nothing to spray. Went to that hair. She just shifted from this side to that side. I said, girl, all right. But she trying to tell Mr. Gary to get his ass up out the bed, bitch. I'm trying to give you the hint, and I'm trying not to, you know, be mean with it and tell you get the fuck out. But I need you to get the hell up out of here because, bitch, I gotta go to work. I told you this last night. I said you can come through, but we ain't finna be doing all of that because I do gotta go to work in the morning. You know, I got some stuff to take care of, and you are not about to mess up my schedule. You know, of course, he trying to fly his way up in there and make it seem like he could say and all that shit. But, you know, eventually he get his ass up and go in the bathroom. She was like, what you need to go in the bathroom for when you finna put on the same clothes? I said, Andy, you gonna throw the man out and he gonna have a funky ass? I mean, granted, if his drawers still funky from the night before and you put that on a clean ass, this just says a lot. But hey, it is what it is, you know? He went up in that bathroom gonna flash her. She was like, cause you know it's that. I said, girl, cause you weak for the dick. That's just all that it is. And so when he went up in there, she was on looking in his pocket and looking at all them papers. I said, oh yeah, figure it out. And speaking of that, so Robin at the crib, at the job, Hayden walking past, Robin told Hayden, bring your ass in the office. And he was like, what? Hayden just has this cocky, it's the cockiness of him. And he's the type of person that does not deserve to be cocky. Baby, you don't need to be cocky in any type of way because you have nothing to be cocky over. You have nothing to be narcissistic over or anything that anybody wants. You can tell he literally was the person who got beat up either at school or he was the last one picked on the playground, or he was the only one on the playground playing by himself. You know, nobody sat with him at lunch or whatever. No girls hit on him or whatever, you know, and if he did, they said no. And so now he's trying to, and he probably didn't grow up with much. So now he's trying to be successful, think he's this ladies' man, think he got it all or whatever, and make himself bigger than what he is in his mind. And he will never be that, you know. And Gary makes him realize that each and every time. But Robin basically told him, bitch, so, you know, you sent this email? And he was like, what you talking about? This email right here. And he was like, I don't know what that is. He said, you don't, that email don't look familiar to you? No. I give it to Hayden. He kept a straight face, bitch. He kept a straight face, okay? He played that well. I ain't gonna lie. He didn't break in front of him. He didn't show no type of breaking character and be like, oh, damn, you got me. Okay? And he was like, I got friends from the CIA, and it took a few seconds just to find this and trace all this back to you. And then showed him a folder, and he was like, I mean, well, so what the fuck? Either way, it ain't nothing. You know, it is what it is. I said, what? Robin said, okay, you can get the fuck out, but let me tell you this. This your third strike. Do it again, you're going to get fired. And he was like, you really think you could do that? You're not going to fire me because I bring in 34% of the revenue to this company, okay? And he was like, well, you know, it's up from 12 from what you did last year. That was in the last 12 months. And he was like, you know, you could be on top right now. That don't mean that you're going to stay there. He said, bitch, don't even worry about that because it's never going to happen that I'm going to fall, okay? And I said, you're getting too big. Okay, Hayden, you're like Icarus. You're getting too close to the sun, and everybody know what happened to Icarus. All right, that cockiness, the cock gonna get knocked the fuck out of you. All right, that's all. So you know, he gets on the phone and he called Gary to let him know that, yeah, I got caught up. You know what I'm saying? He knew about the email, and the email was the thing about Andy and the janitor. And Robin said, if the shit comes out to be not true, you know Andy can sue you and sue the company. And he was like, so what? I said, what? What? I know it's true. I said, how you know it's true? How you know it's true? Like, that's how he never said he knew it's true. Like, did you find them together? I can't remember. Did he ever come across them? Or, you know, did the janitor ever tell him something? Like, what's going on? I'm pretty sure Paris didn't tell him nothing. So I'm like, how do you know for certain that this was true? Like, you stalking her and him just like you was stalking Fatima? Okay, like, I just didn't understand that. But, you know, Gary told that motherfucker, just calm the fuck down, chill out, okay? Gary is kind of over him, too. Oh, so we not friends no more? You not gonna be my friend no more? I said, are we 12? Are we 12? You're a grown man. You are a grown man. Oh, my goodness. Meanwhile, moving on from that, this whole Karen situation, over it, all right? We need to move on. The next thing that we need to find out is who the goddamn daddy, because I was getting tired of her mama, you know. Now she got a call, she called Andy, and she told Andy, get the girls, because listen, I need y'all to meet me at the shop, okay, because my mama actually gonna let me go to the shop, but then I want you to kind of convince my mama that y'all gonna watch me and be around me, you know, take turns watching me. And my whole thing is this. Karen's a grown-ass fucking woman. If she can get her ass up and go to the shop for 30 minutes or so or whatever, how come she can't watch her own damn self? Mama, you doing a little bit too much, okay? Granted, I get it. You know your daughter probably ain't going to be on bed rest or whatever. Who gives a fuck? That lady can take care of herself, ma'am. All right? She don't need no babysitter. She's a grown-ass woman. Okay? You doing a little bit too much. Was you not there when she was a kid? You could protect her, whatever. I don't know. It's just giving overly protective right about now. Let me make up for something in the past. That's what it's giving me. Okay? And, you know, she was clocking her and everything. I said, what? So Andy winds up calling Danny, you know, trying to get in contact with her. Of course, she can't get in contact with her, goes to voicemail, because we'll get to Danny's situation in a minute. So then she tries to call the judge that was supposed to, you know, help her out with Sabrina's case, and let her see Sabrina that Madam got her in contact with. And Miss Judgy ain't answering the phone either. So when Fatima come up in now, you know, she was like, what's going on? So she told Fatima, you know, the judge won't answer the phone. I'm trying to get up there to see Sabrina. So she was like, hold on 1 second. So, of course, Fatima had to call her aunt, or I should say her cousin, Madam. And she was like, you'll be getting the call in a second. And sure enough, she got a phone call, okay? And it was from the judge, basically telling her that you can come down there and see Sabrina at 5 p.m. Okay, fine. So, you know, she gonna go down there to see Karen. You know, Karen get to her desk, or I should say she get to her job, and of course Pam is there to greet her. Pam being Pam, and, you know, doing the same thing that Pam do, being the comic relief, which I feel like, honestly, it was a breath of fresh air, surprisingly. I was like, give me something, Pam, okay? Pam made me laugh, you know, she was just being regular, non-acting ass Pam, you know, but, so she wanted Pam to distract her from her mama. Her mama had to go take a phone call. And at this point, Andy came in, right? And so they trying to figure out where Danny at. She keep on calling her phone, calling her phone, calling her phone. And plus, Andy and Danny have not told Karen about the fact that Sabrina is in jail, you know. So she lies and she says that, you know, Sabrina ain't gonna be able to make it. Well, technically speaking, that's not a lie, but she didn't tell her why, you know. And so the mama had come out and she said, you know, because Karen wanted Andy to convince her to let her and the girls, you know, watch her or whatever. And so that's what she was trying to do. But then she was like, damn, I kind of fucked up a little bit because I was just on the phone with the accountant, a.k.a. Aaron, and I told him to come watch you, and he was like, he'll do it. Of course he would, you know. And she was like, you know what? I feel like I've been hovering over you and I've been making you go crazy, whatever. So they need me back at the VA. I'll come back tomorrow to, you know, check in on you. She was like, no, don't do that, but it's okay. And when the mama left, Karen, it was like, you really think that she called him Aaron? And she was like, if she really called him, you know, he would have been blowing up my phone. And as soon as she said that, why her purse started vibrating? Because, of course, Aaron is calling her, you know. I said, you're a thirsty bitch. Man, she just already said that y'all ain't together. And now, see, the boundaries. Nobody on this show believes in boundaries. Boundaries get crossed so many times. We want to put boundaries in place, but yet they break them themselves, okay? It's just such a walking contradiction. You got that going on. You know, the whole situation with Zach and Fatima, that shit was so unnecessary. I'm just going to be real with that. The whole him trying to get her to talk to him about what happened at Karen's. Why do we need to talk? We don't need to talk. I was there. It is what it is. We said what we had to say last night, you know, and we're going to move past it. What else do we need to say? Do you want her to be mad at you? I just didn't understand why he was trying to get her to talk. Like, she's not showing that she's pissed off at you. She's not showing that she's really holding on to anything. She's not showing that she's angry at anything, you know, and quite frankly, she told Andy that it was a good thing, you know. Hopefully it was good for she felt like it probably was good for Karen, it was good for them, and she actually liked her mom and all of that shit. So just let it go. He said, you know, I want to take you out, I got something for you, it's gonna be a surprise or whatever. I said, all right, moving on from that, let's get to what I want to talk about. So when the episode opens up, it opens up with Danny from where it left off last week. Last week, Danny had that nigga over to her house from the airport, okay? Come to find out, he a little dick nigga, okay? Danny had to tell that motherfucker to his face. I wish she did not, you know. But we just knew that that's what it was that she was going to do. It's very true to Danny's form. And that's what Tyler wanted her to do, okay? And at this particular moment, that motherfucker got pissed off that she said that and punched her in the face. Okay, fine. Well, no, fine. That ain't fine. That's not right. I said, all right, where the fuck we going with this? Because it could have went and just beat her ass, or it could have went beat her ass and sexual assault, okay? I mean, she just told you that your dick's small and you still gonna try. Bitch, that would have been some, okay? But that does happen, so hey, can't put nothing past anybody. But at the same time, I was just sitting here like, how we finna play this? How are we finna play this? And I wish, they didn't put up no warning or whatever, trigger warning at the beginning like they did last week. Honestly, they should have did that both weeks, okay? Because people could be triggered, because people have been in domestic disputes like this. People have been, you know, harmed and forced and done shit like this have stuff like this done to them. And you don't want that to trigger them, you know. But that happened. And that motherfucker kept on putting his shit on. And then said, look what the fuck you made me do. That'll get you the next time you call somebody a little dick. Then turned and looked at her. Because she turned over like, really? You really just fucking hit me, right? That motherfucker leaned forward. After he turned around to look at her, leaned the fuck forward and said, I said, God damn. Why the fuck the spit be so I said, bitch, is it really spit in y'all mouth when y'all be spitting on motherfuckers on these shows? Or is that just something that they put them in your mouth? Because I just didn't understand why that shit was so goddamn thick. That shit looked like fucking mucus you just honked up. That didn't look like spit. That looked like fucking mucus. I said, I feel like if your spit is that thick in real life, something is wrong, and I feel like you need to go get that checked out. Because I just don't think that that's supposed to be like that. My spit don't never be that. It don't never be that thick, okay? It don't never be that thick, and if it is, I'd be scared. It's only thick like that when I have to honk up some mucus, okay? And I'm pretty sure some of y'all be that way too. But I was just really confused, and I was really disgusted, and I said, Danny, on the one hand, I wanted her to whoop his ass. But at the other hand, in the more logical, I said just sit there, don't do nothing, because at this point, you don't know what he gonna do. You don't know which way he gonna roll, okay? But then the motherfucker just kept on talking and said, you gonna try that little deceit. You better be glad you got me, because you're gonna try that shit on somebody else, and they probably would have fucked your ass up and gave you a little bit more than what I gave you, all right? And I said, really? Called her all type of bitches and everything. Next thing you know, Danny gets up and she trying to walk away or run away or whatever. And he go grabs her. They tussling on the floor. He beating her ass. I said, oh my God, what the fuck? And it was like, what you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do, bitch? I said, oh my God. At this moment, like, bitch, you got me. I'm invested. I'm like, goddamn, what you finna do next? I said, you better not do what I think you gonna do. No, 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 no. And thank God he didn't. He got his ass up out the goddamn house, okay? But he did rough her up and beat her up. He punched her. He probably hit her in the sides and everything. And you know, it was a mess. It was a goddamn mess, okay? Now, see, at this point, Danny said, fuck that shit. He was still talking. She was like, so you gonna hit me up in my own house? You gonna hit me up in my own house? Baby, they walking out the door. I said, oh, we finna draw attention to each other. I said, draw attention. Make that shit loud. Make that shit loud so people can watch and you can have some witnesses that some shit went down. Baby, next thing I know, Danny tried to attack him. He pushed her off and tried to attack her back. She fell on the floor because I think he hit her again and she fell on the ground. She fell on the ground and got this pipe or some shit that was on the ground. Bitch, next thing you know, she started beating the shit out of him. I said, whoop his ass. Anyway, that was somebody's car. I thought it was somebody at the door. Whoop his ass, bitch. Bam, bam, bam. I said, I know that's the fuck right. Bitch, you better do what you gotta do at this point. You know, you gonna hit me, bitch, I'm getting my lick back too. Okay? It's fuck being scared, okay? She's up in defense mode. She in survivor's mode. She in, bitch, you got me fucked up mode. Girl, he got up in that car. He was like, you crazy, bitch. You crazy, bitch. What the fuck? I said, what the fuck you thought you was gonna happen? You thought you was gonna get some meek woman that was just gonna let you do whatever it is that you wanted to do to her. And I feel as though that's why the relationship did not work with his ex-wife, because the ex-wife probably was whooping his ass too, because he couldn't, you know, she didn't let him get away with whatever it is that he was trying to, and so therefore he do whatever he couldn't do to the ex-wife to any other woman. You know, take that anger out on other women. That happens too, and I hate that shit. Okay, motherfuckers need to go to goddamn therapy, all right, or whatever. Talk to the Lord or something, cause niggas ain't right. Next thing you know, she busted the windows. I bust the windows to your car, bitch. If that song would have started playing, I would have fell the fuck out, and I would have been like, Tyler, now this is supposed to be a serious moment. This is supposed to be a serious moment, and you gonna play that? I'm sorry. But she did what she had to do. And mama just she saw red. She saw red. Because not only did she continue to bust his car, she went and she got into her car and drove it into the side of his car. That's all we saw. We saw the car kind of flip over. That's how the camera made it look like his car flipped over to the side or whatever, but hers was just still sitting there, okay? And she was just still standing there like this. I said, mama saw red, so if anything happens, it's defense, and you could say crime of passion, and it's really not, you know, she kind of went insane for a second. So that's her defense right there. So remember, Andy been trying to get in contact with her so she could tell her what's going on with Sabrina. They need to go down there and talk to Karen, but she can't get in contact with her. So while Andy was still over there at Karen's shop, they had left, all right? And so once they left, we see that Danny had actually came up there to Andy's job, and she asked the receptionist, Miss Linda, can I speak to Andy? Now, when she comes in there, she got these big old glasses sunglasses that we ain't never seen her wear before, and she got her uniform on, ready for work or whatever, but you can see that she's clearly still distraught. Like, the adrenaline is starting to come down, you know what I'm saying? And she's starting to realize what the hell just happened, and it's hitting her because her voice is shaking, she's crying a little bit, and even Miss Linda can tell. And she was like, well, Andy is not here right now. And she was like, is Fatima here? And she was like, yeah, let me get her. What bothered me about this part, and I know it's kind of simple. Fatima finds out that Danny is there, and she was like, did she ask for me? And then Linda gonna say, no, she didn't. I said, yes, she did. But then she switched it up and said, she asked for Andy, but then Andy's not here, so she asked for you. So she asked for her, okay? And I'm sitting here like, Fatima, Danny ain't never come up there to ask for you, so just get your ass up and go see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, and Danny actually like you, Fatima, so just go ahead and get up and go see what's going on. Girl, Fatima come out there and she see Danny just in this distraught mode, and she was like, girl, come on, let's go upstairs. I want somebody to wash Andy's door. Okay, because that somebody it looked like somebody blew their breath on it and then wrote an M or whatever in the door. I know I ain't the only one that saw that shit, right? Because it was there when she first went in her office in the beginning of the episode, and it was there at the end. Okay, because Andy fucked around and she was like, because Fatima, was trying to see if Danny was okay. Danny wouldn't say anything. And so she called Andy. Andy was like, I'm right here. What you talking about? Andy just so happened to be coming around the corner. Coming around the corner when she comes. And I said, oh, that's so convenient. And she was like, Danny is up in the office, girl, and she look a mess, bitch. And so she come up in there. She was like, oh, my God, Danny, what's going on? Okay. Listen. It's okay. Sabrina, she thinking Danny is distraught about Sabrina. Danny said, no, fuck that. Sabrina got her own shit to worry about. Baby, I got my shit to worry about right about now. She said, listen, I am not okay. I need a lawyer. Because, motherfucker, I think I just killed somebody. I said, girl, what? Daniela, that man ain't dead. I don't feel like it, but what? Tyler, you just want us to keep coming back. That's just all it is, You use buzzwords like, I killed somebody, knowing damn well she ain't really killed nobody. But I'll be there next week. To talk some more shit, to see what's going on. And you better do this part right. Because now you woke me up slightly. Okay. I'll give you that. But y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode. It was cute. It was better than the last few episodes, I will say that. But y'all, I still gotta watch the overs, and I really don't feel like it. If I was to skip this week, would y'all mind? I ain't gonna do that to y'all. And if I do the review, it's probably gonna be short. And I haven't even watched it yet, see? Anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel. And I will see you guys maybe later on tonight, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Peace.